Will now be recorded.
My friends, let us wait for some time. Let us start exactly at 8:05 a.m. Sorry, 8:05 p.m. Okay, so that other people may also join. Right? Thanks. Hi, good evening, everybody. Let me switch on my camera. You can also switch on your camera so that I can also see you. So if it is not feasible, it's okay. Otherwise, you can always switch on your camera, at least for the first class. Hi, good evening, everybody. Great, Ajit. Yeah. So let me introduce myself as Mr. Kiran Kumar. I do have a overall of 16 years of experience into IT, and when it comes to SOC and cybersecurity, in this field, I do have more than 8 years of experience. So I do have certifications like Splunk Power User, so Splunk Certified Security Admin, AWS, all these kinds of certifications I do have. And right now, I'm working as a senior technical consultant in one of the MNCs in Hyderabad. Right? So this is in short about me. Yeah. So you can also introduce yourself after a period of time. Okay, I'll be giving chance for everyone to speak. At that time, you can always introduce. So coming to this particular program, as you know, this is Splunk training, which includes a comprehensive training in Splunk administration, advanced clustering, and development. Okay, so this is the particular training, this particular program. Okay, so that is a particular thing. And again, this program will be on weekdays. Okay, that means from Monday through Friday at the same time, daily at 8 p.m. from Monday through Friday. And the duration of the program will be for 3 months. Okay, it will be for 3 to 3.5 months. We'll be having. So many people are asking me, so why so many days? Because see, in detail, in depth coverage of all the particular things I'll be specifying. So definitely it will be required that much amount of time. Okay, that is what you have to understand. Okay, so that is about the agenda of the program. Okay, any doubt over here for anybody regarding the program timings? Or else you can specify later as well.
Yeah,
Or the agenda.
I have actually because I work in night shift, sir, actually.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
Okay.
from 7:30 to 4 o'clock in morning, I have a shift. So it will be difficult
Okay.
for me to join at that time.
So I specify alternative for you as well. Okay, wait. At
Okay.
the end of the session, I specify alternative for you as well, so that
Okay.
it may be feasible for you as well. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. So that is the agenda of the program. Okay. So coming to Splunk, right? So as I have specified, I'll be discussing about administration, advanced clustering, and development. Whenever it comes to admin, right? So I cover basic components and advanced components. We do have something called as basic components. Let me open my screen. You are seeing my screen? Everybody seeing my screen? Say
Yes, sir.
yes. Yeah, great.
Yes.
Yeah, great. So whenever I say Splunk, right? So as I have told admin, the first thing is administration, correct? Administration. So whenever I say administration, we do have basic components like forwarders, okay, indexers, and search heads. Search heads. Okay, these are the basic components. Again, whenever I say forwarder, we do have sub components as well, universal forwarder and heavyweight forwarder as well. So these are all the basic components. I am saying as basic components because without these components, right, there is no Splunk architecture at all. So you cannot maintain Splunk in your organization. As an admin, you cannot maintain Splunk in your organization. So that's why these are called as the basic components. Okay, that's why I call this as basic components. Okay. Similarly, we do have advanced components just like deployment server. Okay. Deployment server. Sorry for my writing. This is N. Okay. Deployment server and deployer. Okay. License master. Okay. And again, we do have something called as index cluster. Okay. Cluster master, searched cluster, searched cluster, and cluster master as well. Cluster master. These are all the advanced components. Okay. Advanced components. So out of these advanced components again, whatever the three things I have specified here, 4, 5, and 6, these are the clustered components. Okay, these are the clustered environment we have to maintain. Clustered environment. So these are the advanced components and clustered environment. So I will be specifying as advanced clustered environment, admin, advanced cluster management, and development, right? So I'll be specifically saying this one because most of the people, they won't be specifying. Okay. So both, all these particular things, all these 6 components constitute advanced components. Advanced components. Right? So these are the basic components. First 3 are the basic components. That means why these are basic components? Without these 3 components, there is no Splunk architecture at all. Okay. And again, these are all the advanced components. And again, especially 4, 5, 6 are the clustered components. Okay. So there is a meaning for that one. Why we have to maintain and all, we'll be discussing anyhow. But for your understanding, these are all the various components I do have. Right? So all these components in detailed, okay, in detailed, we will be discussing in cloud environment. Okay, in cloud environment, in cloud. So either in AWS or GCP. Okay, nowadays I'm using GCP especially. So anywhere it's one and the same. The nomenclature is different. Anywhere it is. So we'll be using the cloud environment to install our Splunk environment. We will be creating instances. Instances means virtual machines. In the cloud environment, there is no need of having the infrastructure and all. There is no need of having the particular CPU. Okay, what is the processor? How much of memory? All those things we need not maintain automatically. Of course, memory and all we have to select. Okay, so and we have to. There is no need of maintaining other infrastructure and all. So automatically we can always create virtual machines, just like physical machines. How we will be having our laptops and desktops. We can always create virtual machines, and we can always install our Splunk. Why I'll be doing this particular practice? Because of various reasons. First thing is that, see, because we are using all these components, right? So administration is always related to connection of all these particular components. Okay, connecting all these components by using various configurations. Okay, and to get the data into the particular environment. Okay, and we have to analyze that particular data, and we have to analyze the particular errors. We have to showcase the errors, and we have to create reports, dashboards, all this kinds of stuff. So for that one, if it has to happen, if it has to have so many components and all, if you have to use so many components and all, so if you use in your local machine, I will be specifying how to install in your local machine and also in cloud environment. But if you say that I'll be using in local machine only, see, these many components can you install? No. One instance only can always install in your local machine, but it will not be useful for you. Okay, so that is the first thing. You can always use all the components. Okay, all the components as various setups I will be specifying. That means what? See, data onboarding as one setup. Okay, by using the particular basic components, data onboarding one setup, deployment server as another setup, deployer as another setup, clustered index cluster as one setup, structured cluster as one setup. Okay, so like that, various setups we'll be using, and will be clearly, okay, we are just like in the production environment. How tomorrow, whenever you go to the organization, if you join as a Splunk admin, how you will be doing? In the same manner, we'll be getting the particular data and all. So some people have asked me. So in the real time only, right? We'll be specifying absolutely in real time. That's why I will be going to the cloud environment, and also right in different regions. What I'll be doing, forwarders I'll be installing in different regions. Okay, so we'll be having several regions. If you know AWS or GCP, we'll be having regions over there. We'll be seeing all those things. Don't worry. See, the thing is that there are no prerequisites for the program. Okay, so everything, and also there is no coding. Okay, everything right from the scratch I'll be specifying. Okay, don't worry about that. Subject wise, you need not worry about. And also at any particular point in time, you can always ask me any kind of doubt. Okay, so it is not like in other institutes and all where you have to call the counselor. Okay, then with their permission, if you ask, I want to speak with the faculty or the trainer, then only they will be giving access to the particular trainer. It is not like that. You can always
Sir,
have
can I ask
direct
question?
contact. Excuse me.
Can I ask one question?
Yes, please. And of course, I'll be
Uh,
giving time for you. Yes, yes, continue, please. Yeah.
with this course, are we going to learn some cloud technologies as well, like Splunk plus cloud?
See, we will be using cloud. Okay. But for what? But for our Splunk. See, the thing is that in most of the organizations, okay, so everywhere, Splunk will be, in most of the organizations, Splunk will be installed in the AWS or in cloud environments. Because of the reason, because there won't be having any maintenance cost. So there we'll be installing our Splunk. Okay, we'll be creating virtual machines. In those virtual machines, we'll be installing our Splunk. That is the motto. But we won't be seeing other services. So whenever I say AWS cloud, it's a ocean. Whenever I say GCP or Azure, it's a ocean, right? We'll be having so many things over there. Okay. AWS Dynamo, okay, RDBMS, okay, Aurora. So many services will be there. Okay. Whenever I say cloud. So this is not a AWS class or GCP cloud class, right? This is class for Splunk administration, advanced clustering and development. So we are using this particular cloud environment to install our particular components because organizations also uses similar kind of stuff, right? So then only we can always have all these components. Then only we can always see the configuration of all these particular components at a time. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. For that sake, we'll be using the cloud environment, not having knowledge on all the other services. Okay. So that is the particular stuff. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, yes. Yes,
My
yes.
my question is my one question is Kiran.
Hmm.
Splunk is one of the SIM platform, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Lot
So
of
okay, like a
businesses. Yeah. Hmm.
yeah, like a Sentinel, we are using agent to install on the various endpoints. So
Hmm.
Splunk is the same kind of things. We need to install the agent on the all the endpoint devices.
Exactly. We have to see both here. Please be on mute, please. Please be on mute. Please be on mute. Yeah, great. So here we can always install the agents, okay, on the particular client machines, okay, and we can always get the particular data log files into the Splunk environment. We can always analyze. And apart from that, even though if you do not have the agents also, we can always pull the data, okay, from various scripts and all, not only from the agents. Okay, agents, we can always use universal forwarder and heavyweight forwarder, but other than agents also, we can always get the data into Splunk environment. In both ways, it is possible. Okay, so that is the particular stuff, right? So agents we do have here also, but other than agents also, by using scripting and all, we can always get external data, that the particular components which are not connected with our Splunk environment also, we can always get that particular data. Okay, got it?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah, we can always see, we can always ask questions. Okay, so I'll be giving time for each and everyone. Okay, at that time, we can always ask. Otherwise, we cannot complete the particular stuff. Okay, whatever we are going to discuss, all those things. Okay, you can always ask me the question after a period of time. Okay, please, please wait for a period of time so that I will be giving chance for each and everyone. You can always ask. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So with all this, but yes, thanks. Okay. So likewise, so why we are why I am saying in the cloud environment, so we can always have the chance to work on the all the components at a time. Okay, that is one thing. And secondly, you will also, as our friend has asked, you will also have the chance to learn about the cloud environment. So how to create a particular cloud. Again, I am reiterating. So cloud environment in the sense we are not going to see all the services and all. Okay, so what is the required thing for us? Our required thing is to create instances, virtual machines on the AWS cloud or GCP cloud, right? Why? Because we will be installing our components as I was specified, forwarders, indexes, all these things are there, right? We'll be installing those particular components on the cloud environment, on those virtual machines. So for that sake, how to create virtual machines, okay, from various regions, all those things we will be seeing, and we'll be creating those virtual machines and we'll be installing in the particular cloud environment, and especially in the Linux. So cloud usage also will be having, we will be having hands-on cloud usage. Okay, cloud usage. And third one, again in cloud environment, we'll be taking Linux as the operating system. Linux, okay, because again, by the reason in organizations, whenever I say Splunk, in most of the particular components, we'll be installing, in all the components, we'll be installing Linux or Linux solution. Please be on mute, please. Otherwise, if you have any doubt, so we'll be installing on Linux machines only. Okay, for getting the data, as our friend has asked. Okay, from a particular endpoint or from a particular client machine. Okay, so if you want to get the data, okay, if you want to get the data into our Splunk environment, so we can get from any device. It may be Windows, Linux, Mac, any security device. Okay, we can always get the data. But if you want to install at our premises, whatever the particular components, okay, we'll be maintaining indexers, searchers, these are all the things we'll be maintaining at our premises only. Okay, so these particular things, right? What we'll be doing, we will be installing Linux. Okay, on Linux operating system only, we'll be installing our Splunk also. So that means what? You will be having the hands-on of Linux as well. We're having hands-on Linux as well. So whenever I show the installation, right, Splunk on the particular cloud. Okay, so I'll be specifying the Linux commands as well in one or two classes. I'll be specifying various activities, just like changing the password and all. So you will be accustomed to use various Linux commands and also the Splunk related stuff as well. Okay, so that is the particular stuff. So these are all the various uses whenever we use in the AWS cloud. Okay, so for your understanding, I will also showcase how to install in local machines. You can always install in local machines, but if you use in local machine, right, only one instance you can always install. Okay, so for development activities you can always do, but admin I strongly recommend to use in the cloud environment where all the particular things you can always see at a time, the configurations, the connections, all this particular stuff. Right? Is it clear? That is the particular thing. And whenever I say the connection of all these particular components, the configurations and all, okay, so Splunk will be having, we can always do in 3 modes basically. Okay, I'm going to delete all these, right? I'm deleting with your permission. Okay, so Splunk can be, we can always do any activity in Splunk in 3 ways. What are those? One is the GUI mode, graphical user interface, that, or the web interface mode we'll be saying, web interface. Okay, second one is the CLI mode. That means command line interface. As commands, we can always give command line interface. Okay, and third one through configuration files. So what is that? Any activity, whether it may be admin or development. Okay, so of course, if development activity we'll be doing in the web interface only, but related configurations will be stored in the configuration files only. We'll be discussing all those things later. But anything, right, we can always do in all the particular 3 modes. Okay, so in admin also, if I want to create an index cluster, I can always do in the web interface. I can always go to the web interface, just like a website. I can always open Splunk, and there I can always do, which is the easy part. Okay, from command line interface, I can always use such a cluster if I want to create. I can always use some commands /Splunk. Okay, starting like that, I can always use add such server like that. I can always give commands and I can always do the particular activity. Okay, and come from configuration files. So in all the particular 3 modes we'll be seeing. Okay, I won't only specifying in the particular web interface mode or from the command interface mode or from the configuration files mode. In all the particular 3 modes I'll be specifying. And of course, knowing from configuration files is very important as a Splunk admin. So if you go as a admin, right, in organizations, so sometimes, right, there is no guarantee that you will be having the web interface mode because of security reasons, because you are an admin, right? It is not required for a developer. Web interface mode is required. He will be working from a search head. Okay, it is required. So for you, it is not required. So then what you have to do, if you only learn from this one, from web interface, if you want to give configurations, you cannot give. And this is the important part as an admin. Okay, in interviews also, they'll be expecting that you have worked on the configurations. Through configurations only, you have connected various components and you have given configurations and you are getting the data into the Splunk environment. So that's why all the 3 modes are important for you to learn. Okay, so and that's why I'll be specifying all the particular modes. In all the particular modes, I'll be specifying. Please take it for granted. Okay, so that is the particular stuff that you have to understand. Right? So this is the particular stuff. And again, as I told you, right? So I will be creating various scenarios. Okay, various setups or scenarios. Okay, data onboarding as one setup, deployment server, clustered environment, deployer, like this with various scenarios. We'll be seeing each and everything, just like in a real-time environment. Okay, this is regarding the administration part. Now ask me any doubt over here for anybody.
Yes, sir. I have some doubt.
Yes, please.
Hello, are you audible, sir?
You are audible.
What kind of log we are collecting and analyzing, sir? May know that actually you said a endpoint like all the virtual servers, but may I know the endpoint event log we are analyzing or application based on logs we are analyzing, sir?
Yeah, we are analyzing. So in this particular course, right, we'll be analyzing logs from the particular Linux machines, logs from Windows machines, okay, even syslog servers. Okay, so these are all the various logs we'll be analyzing. Okay, these are all the various logs we'll be analyzing. Got it? Okay, so this will be quite sufficient. Okay, so and again, if you want to get from, if you know in all these particular ways, that will be quite sufficient. Got it?
Yes, sir. Actually, we are analyzing like anyone trying to access our window, which endpoint. At the same time, trying brute force attack, DDoS attack, those kind of stuff we are monitoring or something others.
Security logs.
Something.
No, you are asking about security logs. Security logs we
Yeah.
will be seeing in the SOC course. SOC and this. I operate two courses. This is Splunk Administration, Advanced Clustering and Development course. Okay, the name. That's why I'll just specifying. A lot of disturbance is happening. Please be on mute. Okay, this is SOC analyst course. Okay, it is not SOC analyst course. This is Splunk Administration, Advanced Clustering and Development. So in my SOC analyst course, I will be having all the security logs. Okay, what are the firewall logs, IDS, IPS. Whenever I say firewall, again Fortinet firewall. Okay, and again Palo Alto firewall. All those particular logs. Okay, so I'll be specifying. So that course includes right from networking, SOC analyst, SOC analyst process, cyber security, and Splunk enterprise security. That course includes all this particular one. So if you are interested in that particular course, if anybody, so I have started in the morning 7 a.m. Okay, that one. Not more classes have been happened till now. Okay, so somewhere around 10 classes have been happened. So I can always give the recordings. And also for each and every class, that may be Splunk or it may be SOC. Okay, so I'll be giving the recordings. Okay, so if you want these for this particular course, if you want to register, you can always register for the 7 a.m. batch. A batch is running at 7 a.m. So there, whatever the logs you are asked right now, okay, all those things I'll be specifying over there. So here it is more important.
Hi, Kiran. One question more.
Hmm.
One question more. Like I need to learn about Splunk SOAR playbooks. How can I write? How can I implement SOAR playbook? So you will give the session about that.
No, this program doesn't cover SOAR. Okay, so I will be in maybe in future I'll be taking it as a separate course. In this particular program, SOAR will not be covered. Yeah.
I have to ask again, like any other courses, if you can provide related to Splunk SOAR.
Yeah, that I am planning to have a course in the near future. Okay, definitely I'll be specifying. If that
Yeah,
happens,
sure.
definitely I'll be specifying. Yeah. But in this particular
Okay.
course, it is not going to be included. Okay. So because the reason is
Okay.
that because you are having 3 to 3.5 months for having this course itself, right? So again, it will be taking a long time if I include this in this one only. Okay. So definitely I'll be taking as a separate course. Okay. Definitely I'll be providing that course as well as a separate thing. Okay. So
Sure.
that is the
Sure.
particular stuff. Yeah.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, I
So
have one doubt.
the thing as so yeah, I'm going to include this SOAR as also in the SOC analyst program. So Cortex SOAR I'm going to include, okay, in the particular SOC analyst course. Okay, so that is the particular stuff. Okay, so for the previous person who has asked a question. Okay, so in my SOC analyst course, I'll be having right now it is not there. Yeah.
Actually, I need to work on a Splunk source. So if you have any other sessions, other courses, no doubt, no issues. If you have any paid courses about Splunk source, no doubt I will pay. If you have, please inform us.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, I do have the plan, and definitely I'll be conducting that particular course. Definitely, you can always get benefited from that as well. Okay, but I cannot
Okay,
include this
okay,
one in this particular thing. Yeah, definitely, I'll be having. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, hello Kiran. My
Mm.
question is why we choose the Splunk in part of like a Sentinel, IBM Q Radar. Is any additional features are included in Splunk and where the market is going after the 10 years or 15 years? Splunk is the going. It's a great opportunity to learn, and anything included, the versions, anything, the deployment. What kind of features are included in the Splunk? Is my
Yeah,
question.
I'll explain. Please be unmute. Please be unmute.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So Splunk, right? Whenever I say Splunk, it can always integrate huge environments. Okay, it can always integrate huge environments. That means what? If you see daily ingestion data of Splunk, okay, so a medium-sized organization, right? It can always have 3 TB to 4 TB of data. It can always ingest. Okay, it can always analyze that particular data, and it can always produce the results. So any other tool, right? If you use, that is why it is more popular. If you see right now, if you search in Google or if you search in ChatGPT, so what is the market share for Splunk? You can always search, and what is the market share for others? You can always search. So the market share definitely it will be for Splunk alone. Out of all the other tools, it won't be around 35 to 40%. Max, combining all the other tools, I'm saying IBM Curator, XP Arcsite, Sentinel, all this particular stuff, combining all these things, it won't be more than 35%. Whereas Splunk itself, it will be around 65 to 70% usage. Why? Because of the reason. So it can always, large environments, it can always integrate. It can always analyze the data of large environments, and it can always provide the results. Whereas the other things, they cannot do. That is the main thing. Okay, that is the main sustainability for Splunk. Okay, and also now it has been merged with the particular security devices provider, which is Cisco. Okay, it has been merged with that one. So a lot of integrations with these particular Cisco devices. Okay, so whatever the particular firewalls or the routers or all these particular things, security devices, right? We would have from Cisco popular devices. We can always have the easy integration with all these particular devices and all. Okay, so that is why it is more popular. The other things they cannot. It is not that they cannot do. So they can always do it for a particular reason. For example, say Sentinel. Okay, if you take, okay, so only for whenever you have Microsoft ecosystem. Okay, so in only the organizations they'll be using that one. Okay, but not they'll not be using Splunk only for that reason, because they can always maintain the ecosystem, Microsoft ecosystem. That is what. But again, if you consider Splunk, it can always integrate large environments as well. Okay, that is the main reason it is sustaining. It is a global leader right now in the market, not today, even from 2018. Okay, even if you see, it has been started from 2006 at that time onwards, but it has come into limelight at almost all 2018. From that particular point in time itself until now, there is no look back. Okay, so it is the global leader in the market. So as you asked, after 10 years also, okay, so there won't be any problem. So Splunk will be the global leader only. And also, if you see the if you see its versions actually, so they will be changing from month by month, month on month. They will be having the versions. Okay, so the latest last month it was 10.0.4. Okay, now it is 10.2.0, 2.0. Okay, so directly they have shifted to 2.0, and lot of changes are there in this particular version as well. You are actually lucky, so you are going to learn the new things, the changed things in 10.2.0 as well. Okay, so that is the particular stuff. So they are so aggressive that they'll be changing versions from time to time, because they don't want to sit idle. They want to post to the particular customers, so that they are improvising something. Okay, so that is the main reason. So that's why they will be, even if they fix a patch as well, okay, they'll be changing the versions. Okay, so month on month you'll be finding the versions. So this is the what are the reasons we have discussed right now. So we can always with these particular reasons. So definitely it will be staying in the market for a more period of time only. So we cannot expect okay, so that it will be like that only. Some miracles may happen all the time. So tomorrow another tool may also come. Okay, so but if we see with this particular progress, whatever we are seeing right now, okay, we can always see that Splunk will be having the same sustainability. Okay,
Okay.
got it?
Thank you, Kiran. Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
got it. Thank you.
Yes.
How to join morning 7 a.m. batch?
What is that? How to join
How
morning
to
7 a.m.
join?
batch? Yeah, you can
Yeah.
call me after the class. You can call me after the class.
Okay, sir,
Okay.
sure.
So yeah, right. Okay. So now let us move on to the development part. So these are all the things that we are going to discuss in the particular administration. Okay. So now whenever I say development, okay. Okay. So we will be having, whenever say development, we will be having knowledge objects. What is that? Knowledge objects. Knowledge objects are nothing but various features that Splunk provide. Okay. So various features of the Splunk. So we can always use the particular features of the Splunk, and we can always build various kinds of reports, dashboards, all the particular stuff. Okay. We have several kinds of knowledge objects, just like event types, tags. Okay. So all those things we do have, macros, all those things we do have. Okay. And lookups, several things. Okay. So with all, these are all one thing. And mostly, whenever I say development, we do have, first of all, whenever I say development, you should be knowing SPL. SPL. What is this SPL? SPL is called as search processing language. Search processing language. Okay. Search processing language. So this is the main thing. So what is the search processing language? Search processing language is the one where we have to write the SPL queries. See, Splunk doesn't have any coding. Okay, as I've told you, it doesn't have any coding. Okay, but it does have some. We have to put some queries, just like your SQL. You would be knowing SQL, right? What is SQL? Anybody? SQL. What is SQL? Anybody, please? What is SQL?
Structured query language. It's a database
Ah,
language.
It's a database.
yes. Excellent. Excellent. Structured query language. Whenever we use Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, okay, for all those particular stuff, SQL is the main thing, right? We'll be writing queries. So similarly, it will be not similarly, more it is easy than that one. Okay. So likewise, only it will be having. So people who do have a little bit of knowledge in SQL, it is a cakewalk for them to write queries in SPL, search processing language. Okay, so because we do have various commands, okay, we can always use those particular thing, and we'll be writing the particular queries and all. If you say that I do not have knowledge of SQL as well, don't worry. Okay, I'll be specifying right from the scratch. Okay, all the commands. Okay, whatever we do have, I'll be specifying in detail the use case of all those particular commands, so that you will be learning how to know. It is very easy only. So this is the main thing. Okay, writing SPL, search processing language, because whenever you write queries only, you can always have the reports, dashboards, all these kinds of knowledge objects generated. Okay, that is the main thing. Okay, so that's why this is important. As a developer, Splunk developer, you have to know such processing language to write the queries. Otherwise, there is no coding. Otherwise, all the reports, all the dashboards, and all, even you can all, everything is GUI driven only. Okay, web interface GUI driven only. You can always get it from the particular GUI only. Okay, so this is the main thing, writing SQL queries. But for writing SQL queries, you should be having fields. Just like in SQL, I told that SQL also, how you will be writing SQL queries? You will be writing by using fields only, right? You will be having, there also you will be having insert this type of commands and all. By using, again, you will be having fields. By using those fields, you will be writing. Here also fields you will be having. Okay, by using those fields, we'll be writing the particular commands and fields, we'll be combining, and we'll be generating various kinds of reports, dashboards, and all. But Splunk as a commercial tool, right? But Splunk as a commercial tool, it is so flexible that because to help you, what does it do? it generates fields on its own. You need not do anything. Okay, we'll be seeing. Okay, whenever we go to the interface, whenever you search with the particular logs and all, excuse me, automatically it will be generating these fields. Okay, these fields. Why it will be generating these fields? Because whenever it provides the ready-made fields like this, you can always use these fields and you can always write the SQL queries, so that you can always build dashboards, alerts, reports, all these kinds of knowledge objects. Okay, so that's why it will be providing these fields for you. Okay, but don't take it for granted always, because it is also a software, right? Sometimes what happens, even though it provides fields, okay, some inappropriate fields. What is that? Some inappropriate fields it will be providing. Inappropriate fields. Okay, or else the field names will be appropriate, but values will not be formed correctly. What are the fields it produces? Fields means the name, it will be just fields means, right? You will be having a field name and values associated to that one. So the values may not be correct. So if you do not check and if you use that one, your report or dashboard, whatever the particular knowledge object you are preparing, it will be a wrong thing only. So you cannot, if your business users finds mistake in that one, or your client finds a mistake in that one, it's a problem again, right? So that's why Splunk also, what does it do? It gives an option to create fields on your own. What are the log files will be there? Okay, so what are the data will be there? From this particular data, you can always create fields on your own, which is a good practice as a developer, because you know what is the context, what is the client is asking, accordingly you can always get the particular fields. There is no botheration of inappropriate fields. You need not think that it is providing inappropriate fields only. Whatever the fields you want, you can always get. Okay, so that is the particular thing you can always do. And values also you can always cross check whether it is getting correct or not, because you are preparing, right? So everything you will be taking care. So for that is the activity of the developer only. So as a Splunk developer, why I'm specifying this one? As a Splunk developer, you should be extracting fields as well. Okay, so for that extraction of the fields, we'll be using what? Regular expressions. Regular expressions. Regular expressions. So any developers are there, they'll be knowing the use of regular expressions. Okay, for data validation and all, they'll be using regular expressions. If at all you are validating in JavaScript, if you are validating a particular phone number or an email, so they'll be using regular expressions and they'll be validating that one. Okay, so likewise with these regular expressions, we will be extracting fields. So this type of generation of the regular expressions, right from the scratch. Okay, clearly I'll be specifying in various ways as well. This kind of fields extraction we can always do in various ways. Okay, we can always, again, if you want to create your own fields also, you can always take the help of Splunk. That is one thing. Okay, you can always take help of Splunk. Okay, and as a developer, what you can do, you can always use commands just like rex and regex. You have some commands like rex and regex. Okay, we can always use these commands as well. Okay, and thirdly, you can always do, as I told you, okay, from the back end, that means from the configuration files. You do have some configuration files like props. Okay, props.configuration. Sorry for my writing. Props.configuration. Okay, and transforms. Transforms like that, you do have some configuration files like this with all the possible ways. Whatever the possible ways are there, from all the possible ways, we'll be seeing how to extract the particular fields by using regular expressions and all. Okay, so Splunk also, what does it do? Internally, it calculates what are the fields it produces. I have told you, right? It produces fields automatically. How it is producing? By using regular expressions only. So likewise, we can also extract fields. So as a developer, it is a good practice. Okay, because you can always ensure that there is no problem at all. Whatever the fields you are extracting, there is no problem at all. Okay, so this is the particular thing again. Okay, important things. And apart from this, and more importantly, we can always create alerts. What is that? We can always create alerts. Creation of alerts is the most important thing. Alerts. So some of the, as our friend has asked, why not other tools and all? So some of the other tools, right, they cannot have alerts on its own. They have to again take the help of other third-party tool. Okay, we can also generate, but again third-party tool they can always take. But Splunk, right, inbuilt capability we do have for generation of alerts as well. So alerts means what? We can always showcase. Okay, we can always showcase some errors. For example, you are getting some security errors. Okay, in the data we're getting some security errors. Okay, so these security errors. Okay, so what you can do, you can always highlight. So there is a particular large web upload is there. Okay, so generally in bytes or kilobytes we'll be having the particular upload, but what we'll be having in MBs, okay, like that we'll be having some 300 MB like that you have got an upload. Then immediately what you can do, you can create an alert by writing the SQL query. And what you can do, you can always send it to the SOC team. Okay, so that they can always take the action. Or else from an application server, web application server. Okay, so the web application errors you have identified. So some page is not rendering properly, some web page is not rendering properly with the status code you have identified. So what you can do, again, you can always highlight that particular error and you can always send it to the particular application team. Okay, likewise, you can always create the alerts. Okay, so errors, some patterns, some distinguished patterns and errors you can always identify and you can always showcase that one. So because if you do not showcase, what happens? If they want to search manually, right? So in tomorrow's class, we'll discuss that one. See, this is a 3-day demo class. Today is the first day. Okay. Even tomorrow and day after tomorrow. That means Thursday and Friday. Even 2 days also, you can always attend the class. Okay. With the same link only. Okay. And from Monday onwards, so we'll be having class as I specified from Monday through Friday. Okay. So and from next Monday onwards, the class link will be getting changed. By the time you have to register, okay, and the class link will get changed. Okay, so even you can attend tomorrow and after tomorrow onwards, we'll be starting actual Splunk. Okay, so after a period of time, I'll be discussing about the particular course contents as well. Already I have shared to each and everyone. Okay, so we have from Instagram or from Facebook who have registered. So for all of the particular people, I have shared the particular course content. If anybody still they have not received, please ping me. I'll be sharing it again. Also, I'll be discussing in this class also whatever the course contents are there. Okay, so that is the particular stuff. Okay, so you can always explore even tomorrow and day after tomorrow as well. Okay, so and from Monday onwards, we'll be having the new class link. Okay, so that is the particular stuff. So alerts we can always have and reports. And again, the important one is the reports. Alerts. Why alerts? We can always showcase the errors. We can always showcase suspecting the patterns or errors, and we can always send it to the particular teams. Okay, and reports and dashboards. Why? For the management or for the business users. Okay, reports and dashboards. So for the business users, okay, and for the particular peers, okay, or your management, whoever it may be, you can always create all this particular stuff. Okay, so apart from this video, how as I have told you, various knowledge updates and all. So all these things we'll be discussing, okay, in detail. Okay, that is what you have to consider. So development means all this comes into picture. Is it clear for you? Is it clear for everybody? Whatever we have discussed till now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now let us have a quick introduction. Okay, from each of you. Okay, only 1 minute. Just introduce yourself. Okay, so that I can also know about you. Okay, so starting with in alphabetical order. Pravinar left. So don't leave. So just a small introduction. Okay, from you people. Ajit Yadav. So you can introduce yourself.
Hello, sir. Actually, I worked for USIT recruitment, and I work in the night shift. That's totally like HR job. So I just wanted to shift to IT and planning
Yeah.
go in security side, either cyber security, as you said, a SOC analyst as well. So just wanted to start with Splunk. So just wanted to know from you, is it good to start with Splunk, or I should take your SOC analyst course?
No, okay, you can always start with Splunk. Okay, so if you want, you have Splunk Enterprise Security, then you can always join that particular course as well. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay, sir.
nowadays, see, nowadays organizations are See, in earlier days, even Splunk, they were concentrating only on Splunk, but now they are
Okay.
asking even Splunk Enterprise Security as well. But first of all, you can always start with this one, and you can always go for Splunk Enterprise Security as well. Okay, there's no
Okay, sir.
problem in that
Okay.
one. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. So next is Deepak Sharma. Deepak
Yeah,
Sharma.
sure. Yeah, sure. Actually, I'm completing 5 years in a security profile. Like I'm in a SIM admin. Previous in my company, like I was working in a Synchronics SIM tools as an admin, and right now I'm working in a HP. Like uh, on a other SIM.
Okay.
It's about like any Spark SIM tool. But
Right. Right.
right now I'm practicing on a Splunk Enterprises, and
Mm-hmm.
right now I have completed my creating instance and installing Splunk Enterprises on a cloud, Google Cloud platform.
Okay.
But I need, I have to go in a details about Splunk Enterprises. I have to switch my job in a Splunk platform.
Right. 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 Got it.
That's why
So
that's why
definitely.
I'm here.
Yes, great, Deepak. So definitely, this course will be useful for you, Deepak, because we'll be having in-depth knowledge. Okay, so once after completion of the course, we'll be having in-depth knowledge in all the modules of the Splunk, which includes administration, advanced clustering, and development as well. Okay, so that is the part of stuff, and definitely it will be useful for you, as you are saying. Already you are using, right? So definitely it will be useful for you. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what.
yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. So Devika Kumar. Deva Kumar. Deva Kumar. Deva Kumar. Okay. Deva Kumar, your voice is not audible. Okay. So let us move to Guru Prasad. Let us complete fast so that I can discuss about the particular this thing as well, course curriculum. Okay. Guru Prasad. Guru Prasad. Are you there, Guru Prasad? So just talk about 1 minute, right? So he can, okay, so that I can understand from which background you are. Okay. So like that. Mahesh.
Yeah. Uh, Hi, Kiran.
Hi.
Well, I have, coming to me, like I have an experience of around 12 years in IT, and
Mhm.
that is around, on premise and as well as on cloud as well. 5 years on cloud and 7 years on system side. So the whole
Okay.
experience is on the IT side itself.
Okay.
Um, I have few questions regarding, maybe it would be too early for me to ask you. I'm not sure. So probably like my question um, is how like Splunk is useful, uh, for an IT guy. So is it like something that's only Splunk is enough for an IT guy to, for the future purpose, like where he can, know, whole and soul depend only on the Splunk, or does he needs any side by side, tools or something like that? And my second question is about the market, in the current
Okay,
market about the Splunk.
wait a minute. Let me complete your first question. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
why you have chosen this particular Splunk course? You have come to this particular demo, right? Why we have come over here first of all?
See, first thing is basically I usually, I work for a startup company, wherein we have logs. We need to, secure we need to access the logs, access logs and secure logs are there, wherein we need to pull up and we need to monitor all those things. So meanwhile, I know,
So you are into this field only. Basically, you are from this field only. You are into you are into analyzing these logs and all. You are into security field only. Am I correct?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
So I have like touched a Splunk, but
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get into that. I just touched it because while accessing the secure logs and access logs from the environment from the AWS cloud. Actually, my environment is on AWS cloud. Applications deployed onto. So I tried touching out the Splunk. Uh, just for a while to to check how it could be and what and all we could do and what are the advantages when coming comparatively to Splunk and normal things and normally when we pull the logs. So yeah, that is good, but I somewhere worry that in the current market, like how good is Splunk? Like if we go through the, if we take this course, not in a personal way. So if you take this course on a professional way, so how good is it for the future? Is it like something where we could get handsome pay and along with that like the knowledge?
Yeah.
So is it only one tool which we need to concentrate, or are there any other tools wherein we could secure our professionalism further going ahead?
Yeah. So yeah, for all these questions, okay. See, the thing is that as you are in the same field, okay. For the first question, why you have to take this particular Splunk course as you are in the same field? So it is inevitable for you in one way, okay, to continue this particular in this particular field only. You have to continue, right? You are in the same field and you have to upgrade yourself in the same field, and likewise also you have to progress. Will be progressing in the same field only. So for that reason, you have to consider Splunk. So why only Splunk you are asking, right? Why only Splunk? So Splunk, as I've told earlier, the same question has also been asked by other person also. So Splunk is the global leader right now in the market. Okay. So compared to all the other tools, okay, it will be around 65% market share it will be occupying. If all the other tools, again, they will be occupying some 35%. Okay. So the next prominent tool nowadays that is upcoming is Sentinel. Okay. So Sentinel, who will be using? Only Microsoft ecosystem, wherever the organizations will be having. So they will be using. But whenever you do have large deployments and all, okay, for example, say, take a banking website. Okay, say take a banking site, banking environment. Okay. So how many servers do you expect that they'll be having in total? In thousands, somewhere around 3,000 to 4,000 servers in total they'll be having. Such a huge servers for integration of all those particular stuff, for analysis of all those logs of those particular servers, in identifying errors, in generating various kinds of reports from these log files and all, dashboards, all this stuff, whatever we have discussed right now. So Splunk is most capable. Okay. So Splunk is most capable. If you see a medium-sized organization, I don't know what is the ingestion in your organization, but in a medium-sized organization, right, you will be having daily ingestion 3 TB to 4 TB per day. What is that per day? Okay, I have seen environments where they will be ingesting 25 TB per day as well. So Splunk, right? It will be its ingestion, its licensing. Splunk is a licensing tool for your information, and its licensing model is per day ingestion per day. Okay, so and again, it will be having a cap of 1 year as well. So once after having monopoly, so either 1 year it will be calculating per day primarily, but whatever the licensing you will buying is valid for 1 year. That means if you are buying some 100 TB or else 1 GB, for our simplicity, 1 GB per day you are ingesting data. So if you say that you have bought some 365 GB data for 1 year, okay, while buying the particular license. So and if you specify that I will be using only 1 GB, we have to use only 1 GB only. Okay, even though you do have 365 GB in hand, you cannot use more than 1 GB per day because you have specified, you have taken license with those particular terms only. You are getting my point? So that is the particular stuff. And again, if you cross this particular limit, again there will be alerts. Okay, 5 alerts. All those things we'll be discussing licensing model. Okay, likewise we will be having. So that is the monopoly for the Splunk. Okay, so it can always handle huge environments and all. So for that particular reason, the same answer I have specified to other person also. Okay, for that particular reason itself. Okay, so you can always think that you can always think about Splunk sustainability. Okay, So that's why you can always, whereas other tool, okay. So where Sentinel is picking up nowadays because of the reason of its ecosystem. In that particular way, it is picking up. But whenever it comes to handling large environments, okay, or the particular features that it do have, okay. So and again, Splunk will be having lot of features, okay. So the learning curve will also be more only when compared to other tools. Okay, it will be having a lot of features. So if with all these particular things, Splunk is the global leader right now, and it is expected to be as well in the near future also. But anytime, see, tomorrow, do you give guarantee? If you like that, if you ask me, I cannot say anything. But see, from as I specified, from 2018 like that onwards till now, it is the global leader only. Okay, so whenever I have started teaching in the mid of 2020s onwards. Okay, so from that time onwards, because it is popular. Okay, so at the time only I have started teaching. Okay, so from the time onwards, it is in high demand only, right, till now. Okay, so that is the particular stuff. Got it? So for that particular reason, you can always come into Splunk. You need not look back. Okay, that is the particular thing. Yeah, got it?
Okay. Yeah. And how about the vacancies outside in the market, like for only for Splunk wise, if you go Splunk administration, so how far they can,
That's a good
decide
question
that?
again. Yeah. So actually, yeah. So you will be having a lot of opportunities with the Splunk administration. See, you do have, it is not just like earlier days. Okay, so in whenever you say 2 years back, till 2 years back also, even though if you say, so I have seen so many people, I will be going only for administration, I'll be going only for development. So like that also earlier, if you say that, if you put only administration things in your resume, you can always get job in administration only. If you put only development things in your resume, you will get only development. But nowadays it is not like that. They are expecting administration, development, and even Splunk Enterprise Security also. That's what I have specified, right, for one of our friends as well. Okay, so even security also they are asking. Okay, all, if you say that I have only security but no administration, okay, so they are expecting that thing as well. If you say that I have administration but I'm not good in development, I cannot write SQL queries, okay, then also they are not taking. Okay, so you should be having all the particular stuff nowadays. If you have all these things, you are full-fledged. Okay, you will be having definitely high chances to get hired in your organizations. And also there is no whatever your salary. So most of the people, they will be asking this question, so how much hike I'll be getting? Okay, so there is no constraint as such for your hike and all. And again, I won't say that you will be getting 100% hike just like in COVID times and all. So whatever the 50% hike, 40 to 50% hike, right, definitely you can always get that hike whenever you are good in your interview. Okay, so you have to maintain that condition. So if you are good in interview, you can always get that particular thing. And again, see, if your salary, you are saying the 12 years of experience, right? Your salary may be around some 25 to 30 lakhs per annum, right? So again, 40% to that one, if you consider, okay, how it will be? So it will be around 40 to 50, 45 lakhs per annum. Okay, so even then also they won't be going back. Okay, so it's not a big thing. Okay, so Splunk licenses are very huge. Okay, so if the client is maintaining such kind of licenses and all, definitely it is not a big deal for them to provide you the salary and all. Okay, so that is the particular stuff that you have to understand. So salary is not under the constraint. So whatever your particular interview happens, okay, if at all you need not be on perfect. If you are good, okay, you can always demand a handsome salary. Okay, whatever, and again your previous salary matters. Okay, and you can always get that handsome salary again. Got it?
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah. So and Prudvi. So people are dropping. Okay. Anyhow, okay. So I have not specified the particular course curriculum. I want to do that one. Prudvi. So Raja.
Yeah, hi Kiran.
Hi Raja.
Yeah, I have around 15 years of experience. I'm into
Great.
middleware administration. Okay,
Okay.
Sphere and Tomcat, JBoss, WebLogic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I worked on all these application servers.
Okay.
administration as well as product support.
Okay.
Okay, and
Yeah.
I use Splunk in most of the for my clients
Right.
to fetch the logs presets based on the presets. So
Yeah.
I wanted to dig more into Splunk
Correct.
analysis. So
Correct.
yeah,
Correct. Yeah. Correct,
and
Raja.
I
So
also
yeah.
heard
So
Splunk is as an enterprise, it has been owned by Cisco now.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely, Raja. So because you are also in the same field, right? So definitely you can always take that advantage. And if you get complete knowledge in this particular Splunk tool, that is regarding administration or development or advanced clustering concepts, all this particular stuff, definitely you can always go to a better position with a high package as well. Okay. So that is the particular stuff. Okay, so you will be getting 100% knowledge whenever you take this particular course. Definitely, you can always have knowledge. Okay, so in all the particular modules, that's what I can say. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Sorry,
and
I joined
yeah,
late. So
no
have you
issues.
discussed about
No,
the curriculum
no, no. I'm
for
going to
this course?
discuss
I
about the
mean,
curriculum right now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just give me some 10 minutes of my time. Okay, of your time. Sorry, of your time. So I will be discussing the curriculum as well. 1 minute.
thank you.
So I have shared to each and everyone curriculum also. Okay, so if at all if you not received the curriculum, please specify so that I will be sharing again. So these are all the particular topics that we are going to discuss. Okay, so and from tomorrow onwards, so first of all we'll be discussing the introduction to Splunk. So what are log files? Starting from what are log files? What is Splunk? Why we have to use Splunk? Where will we use Splunk? Okay, all those things we'll be discussing in tomorrow's class. Okay, in next 2 to 3 classes we'll be discussing about the introduction of Splunk and what is the difference between Splunk versus CLK, Splunk versus other tools, the key features of the Splunk, why it is so, the sophisticatedness of Splunk, why it is so popular. Okay, so different types of data ingestion. Okay, so and again the understanding of the Splunk file system at a higher level. Okay, so first of all, introduction I'll be giving of all this particular stuff. Okay, in next 2 to 3 days. Then we'll be going to have the introduction of all the components. See, introduction of all the components I will be specifying, I'll be taking 1 week for all the components introduction. So this is introduction means introduction only. Okay, I'll be giving a clear blueprint of all the particular components because before installing Splunk and before doing the actual activities, I want you to know about each and every functionality of each component, how it behaves and what is the functionality of each and every component, so that you'll be having a fair idea, right? So that's why. So most of the people think that okay, that is the only thing that I'll be specifying. No, that is the only introduction only. Okay, so we'll be seeing everything practically. Okay, all the particular components, it's the connection of all the particular components, the configurations that we have to give, okay, to get the data into Splunk environment. All those particular things we'll be seeing later. But first of all, I'll be giving you the introduction of all the components. Okay, so that is whatever the things I have discussed right earlier about the components and all. See, all the components you can always find it over here, including load balancing. Okay, with the, even I'll be showcasing whenever we use deployment server how to use load balancer. Load balancer in the sense it is not the load balancing capabilities of AWS or GCP. Splunk also will be having load balancer capability, so we'll be using that one. Okay, and we will be its load balancing capabilities are limited. It's not just like AWS auto scaling of machines and all. It is not happening, but you can always distribute the data by using load balancing capability of Splunk. So how to use that one? All those things we'll be discussing. Okay, and again search modes of Splunk, which is quite important. Okay, so if your interview goes beyond 10 minutes, your developer interview, okay, definitely they'll be asking the search modes: fast mode, smart mode, and verbose mode. Okay, so what are these modes we'll be discussing in detail. But before the installation of, see here, this is a course curriculum. This may not be in order. Okay, so but what are the contents that I have provided over here? Definitely I'll be specifying all this particular stuff. Okay, so we'll be having the particular installation of this Splunk. As I've told you, I'll be showcasing how to install in your local machine and also in the cloud environment as well. Okay, so but I strongly recommend to use in the cloud environment because especially for the admin part, but I'll be specifying even the development part and admin part, everything in cloud only. But at least whenever you're practicing right administration, you can always use the particular cloud environment because you will have the chance of using various components as I was specified earlier. Okay, you can always use those particular components and you can always use that one. Okay, so that is the particular stuff. So what are the hardware requirements, Splunk installation, how to create an account in GCP or AWS. Okay, SSH access. Okay, nowadays we are using with SSH only. Otherwise, we can always use with Telnet also. But Telnet is not secured. Why? Because data is not encrypted. SSH means data is always encrypted. Okay, so all those things we'll be discussing. Okay, and again, Linux commands also I'll be discussing, I told, right, at the time of installation itself. So all those things we'll be discussing. So in the Splunk setup part, okay. So understanding different license models, okay. So key port numbers. Port numbers are very important. Just like in networking, how the port numbers are important. In Splunk also, if you want to connect from one component to other component, we have to use port numbers, okay. So if one component has to manage other component, you have to use 8089 as the port number. If you want to get the data into the particular indexer, listening port should be enabled, which is 9997. If you want the data to be get replicated, 8080 as the port number. Like that, we do have various port numbers. Okay, so with those particular port numbers only, you can always connect various components as well. Okay, so that is what we can always do. Okay, and again, we'll be discussing, as I have told you, SPL, search processing language. Okay, so that search processing language we'll be discussing in detail. Okay, and as I told you, we'll be using various commands, right? Okay, so we will be using all the particular commands for this particular for using the search processing language. So we do have something called as filtering commands, non-transforming commands, transforming commands, transaction command. So each and every commands we'll be discussing. These are all comes under filtering and non-transforming commands. All these commands we'll be discussing, and similarly, these are all comes under transforming commands. Okay, advanced SQL commands, which are quite important. Okay, all these commands we'll be discussing, including joins, lookups, all those particular stuffs. Okay, so we'll be discussing all the commands in detail so that we'll be having a with various use cases. That is important over here. So everything, whenever I say development, okay, everything will be seeing use cases through use cases. Whenever I say admin, everything in cloud environment by using various components and various instances and proper connections with all the particular components and instances. Okay, so that is what you can always take it for granted. Okay, and again, as I told you, field abstractions is important, right? I'll be discussing in detail. So we do have something called as index time field abstractions, sustain field abstractions. Okay, so what is the difference between that one? All those things we'll be discussing in detail in various ways, as I've told you, from the web interface, okay, from the commands, just like regex and rex commands, from the backend by using props.configuration file, transform.configuration file, like that. Okay, so we will be using these particular commands and all. Okay, and again, all these things. Okay, field abstraction commands, regular expressions, props, as I told right now. Okay, so that is the same thing. And again, whenever I go to the knowledge objects, so these are all the knowledge objects that we'll be seeing. So knowledge objects means various features that Splunk will be providing. Okay, we can always make use of those particular features, and we can always enhance the particular the data. Whatever we get the data onto the search heads, we can always enhance the data, and we can always showcase the data to the particular business users or end users or the client. Okay, so that they can understand better in form of dashboards, alerts, reports, like that. So each and everything is a knowledge object over here. So for each and everything, we'll be discussing in detail by using various use cases. Okay, so that is what we can always do. So this is development part, means you can always take it for granted. So development part means knowledge objects. Okay, knowledge objects is the development part. So we do have various roles as well in Splunk. Power user is the owner for this particular knowledge objects. He is the superior. Admin is the overall superior user, just like anywhere, right? In any of the particular environment, admin is superior. Just like that, in Splunk also, admin will be the superior for administration activities, development activities. Whereas power user is a role in Splunk where he is superior for knowledge objects. For that means for development related activities. Okay, we'll be discussing all those things. Okay, so and again, whenever it comes to the particular admin part and all, as I told you, various setups. Okay, we'll be using various setups and all, and we'll be installing each and everything. Okay, so universal forwarder, heavyweight forwarder, data onboarding setup, deployment server setup, deployer setup. Okay, all those various setups we'll be using in the cloud environment, and we'll be seeing the actual data flow as well. Okay, so that is what the actual data flow also from various servers we'll be getting and we'll be seeing. Okay, that is what. So deployment scenarios of specified components are provided in all the three different modes. This is also okay. So everything, whether it may be admin related concepts or development related concepts, in all the three modes we'll be seeing. Which modes? Web interface, GUI, command interface CLI, and configuration files. Okay, that is what you have to understand. Okay, and again, user management and authentication. These are all related to users and authentication. Okay, in depth of data storage mechanism. So Splunk will be having storage mechanism just like indexes, and inside indexes you do have concepts of buckets. Okay, so we can always maintain retention periods. How much data we have to. So whenever we maintain in a bucket called hard bucket. Okay, so licensing will be more. So how much time we have to retain. Okay, so what is the maximum number of hard buckets we have to use? Okay, so when the buckets will not be searchable and when it is searchable, all those things we'll be discussing. Okay, and again, life. There are various life stages in Splunk. There are 4 typical life stages. We'll be discussing about that. Okay, so and again, real-time setup for data onboarding, as I've told you, right? So all this particular stuff. Okay, so this all constitutes the admin part. So development part and admin part. Okay, and each and every topic is supplemented with practical oriented sessions, use case discussions. Please highlight this one. With use case discussions, we'll be discussing and real world problem solving techniques. Yeah, with the data also, whatever the data we do have, it's a real world data that we'll be using and we'll be discussing about that one. And also with this thing I have mentioned, I forgot to mention. So daily recordings also I'll be providing. Okay, daily recordings I'll be providing for you. One of our friends has asked, okay, so my timing is not suitable. So whenever it is not suitable, you can always check the daily. It is not like that I'll be only giving for theoretical part. For practical part, I won't be giving the recordings. It is not like that. Right from day 1 to day end. Okay, so I'll be giving all the particular recordings, complete recordings. Okay, please take it for granted. Okay, so that is the particular stuff I'll be providing. So whenever you miss a class, okay, so definitely you can always check those particular recordings because most of my particular participants are working people only. Okay, so for them sometimes it is possible and it is not possible sometimes. So they can always check the recordings. Okay, so that is the particular thing. So whenever you do all this particular stuff, right, with all use cases and real world discussion and all, definitely you will be gaining practical experience, which is important, right? And you will be getting confidence. Okay, whenever you go to the organization as well. Okay, whenever you go to the particular environment, you will be have the confidence to work in that particular environment as well. Once if you understand and practice all this particular stuff. But whatever the particular classes I specify, definitely you have to practice. Okay, then only you can always understand, especially admin part. Okay, because configuration section will be having some understanding about that particular one. And once if you practice only, you will be understanding that one. Okay, so that is the particular thing. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Any questions over here?
No, sir.
So Kiran,
Yes,
this is
Kiran.
Splunk query language.
Okay.
Uh, is it also discussed Splunk queries?
Yeah, Splunk queries, which are called as SPL. Okay, search processing language.
SPL.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, definitely. If if that is not discussed, there is no development part. Okay, if somebody in a Splunk training, okay, so if SPL is not discussed, okay, there is no. That means they're not providing any development part. They are not
Okay.
providing. Okay, yeah.
So Splunk processing language is same as Splunk query language. Right?
Yeah, generally we call as queries. See, SQL is there. The name is SQL, but what we in usage in our usage language, what we'll be saying? Queries. Queries only will be saying. Each and every time we won't be saying SQL, right? So queries. So here also it is called as query only. It is a query. Okay, where the name is SPL, Splunk processing language or search processing language. Okay, so that is the particular stuff.
Okay, thank you.
One thing more, like, will you provide any lab setup for practices purpose?
Yeah, lab setup in the sense, see, I will be showcasing everything in cloud environment, right? So you can also have the login, okay, and you can also practice the same kind of stuff. Okay, so that is what you can always
Like,
do.
we can practices with the admin level, but Splunk also have the security enterprises setups in a different things. So I have to know actually you will provide the lab setups related to the, like, we want to practice much more on a Splunk and
Yeah, that's what
security.
you can always create this in any of the cloud. Okay, so either it is AWS or GCP, you can always create an account. Okay, there you can always practice. Okay. So there you can always practice. Yeah. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah. Any more doubts? So that will be better actually, because again, if I provide something, right, again it will be, if it is slow for sometimes. Okay. So then again you cannot do much. Okay. So you cannot practice much. Okay. So whenever you are taking your own account, okay, you can always practice whatever the particular stuff is there. Definitely you can always practice with your own things and all. Okay. That is a that is a
Okay.
good thing. Yeah. Any more questions? So, and again, for that reason, right? See, simply specifying that we will be providing that, again, that will be drastically slow, and again, several people will be using. Okay. For that reason, the cost of the course, see, whatever I am taking, whatever I am providing the course for, okay, so it will be more than double only. Okay. It will be more than double. One is specifying for that reason. Somebody specifies that we'll be providing lab environment. So that lab environment, anyhow, it cannot be used. You have to. I am literally saying you have to create your own thing also again, because whatever the thing they provide, right? So it will be it will be very slow. Okay, so drastically slow, and several people will be there. You cannot, if you do something tomorrow, you will not be finding. Okay. And again, you will be in that particular thing only, creating the same stuff again and again. But if you do have your own thing, you can always practice. Okay. So that is the good thing, that you can always, and for that thing, specifying the name that they are providing the particular lab access and all, the cost will be more than double. Okay. So that is the thing. Okay. So any doubts you do have, okay, you can always ask me, and I can always even take, if you do have something, you are stuck somewhere else. Okay. So I can take remote session as well, as I told you earlier itself. Okay. There is no there is no counselor kind of stuff. Okay, where you have to speak with the particular counselor, and then only you have to contact me directly. My phone number is available with everybody. Directly, you can always make a phone call. Okay. So immediately I'll be responding. If I'm busy, then I only will be calling after a while. Right? Okay. So any more doubts for anyone?
So, Kiran, like, will you be even, providing an assistance in preparing for an interview perspective point of view?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Oh,
See, that's what I do not have the leverage of specifying all those things, because people are leaving out. I am in a hurry. Okay. See, I will be prepared. I will be helping you in preparing the resume. Okay. I'll be giving you the interview questions, and also I'll be conducting mock interviews as well. Okay. Mock interviews, and I'll be providing you the conference where you can always crack the interviews and all. So if anybody is there where still they have the challenge to attend the interviews and all, so I do have a separate way, so they can always contact me later. I will be helping with that particular way as well. Okay. So that is a particular thing. That is a particular thing. Okay. Yeah. But prominently I'll be providing what we say, I'll be having the interviews, mock interviews and all. Okay. Weekly twice I'll be taking mock interviews, so that you'll be getting conference, okay, on your own, and you can attend interview on your own. That is the best thing. That is the best thing that you can always have. Right? Okay. So that is the end of the session over here for today. Tomorrow you can always join the same link. As I told you, tomorrow will be the second day, and even day after tomorrow as well. Okay. You can still explore. From tomorrow onwards, we'll be starting the actual things, starting with the fundamentals. Okay, what are log files? What is Splunk? Where we have to use Splunk? All this particular stuff. Okay, so let me see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Until then, have a great time. Bye bye.
sure. Thank you.
Thank you all.